General Jimbo checking in. And what we're about to talk about today is hope and faith and how you can be misplacing your faith or your hope. And what do I mean by that? When you're misplacing your faith, I'm going to give you some examples. This is like a rapper having hope or faith that a certain record label will sign him. This is a football player or a basketball player having hope and faith that he'll get picked up by his favorite team. This is an influencer having hope and faith that they can get a certain amount of followers. This is a man with hope and faith that a certain woman will like him. This is a woman with hope and faith that a certain man will like them. This is a singer with hope and faith that they can sell 1,000,000 records. This is a business owner with hope and faith that a business tycoon is going to purchase their business for a large amount of money, or that they will be able to make a certain amount of sales themselves, right? These are all examples of misplaced faith and hope. And what do they all have in common? All of these are examples of you putting your hope and your faith in something that you cannot control, right? A rapper can't control which record label wants to sign them. An NFL player can't control which team's going to sign them. An influencer can't control how many people are going to follow them. A man honestly can't control what woman is going to like him. A woman can't control which man's going to like him. A singer can't control whether 1,000,000 people are going to sell their records or not. And a business owner can't control who's going to purchase their business or how much business units they're going to sell, right? It's not in your control. All these are literally outcomes of you working on things you can control, right? So what you should be focusing on are things that you are not focusing on, but putting your hope and faith into are things you can control. So instead of being, if you're a rapper or a singer or a musician, instead of having hope and faith that a record label will sign you, since you can't control that, have hope and faith that you can raise your amount of talent, right? If you're an athlete, I know no athletes really do this like that because, they know that when they get picked up by a team that's random, they know, like, I don't think nobody grows up in high school saying, oh, I'm going to hoop for the Pacers. Or I'm going to go hoop for the Lakers. That's my favorite team. They know they're going to get picked up by somebody random. And they may have an idea when they get towards the end of their career in college, or if they know they might be a number one overall draft pick, number one, number two, number three, and they know these teams got the first picks, they can kind of get an idea. But, yeah, I don't think no athletes really do that. But still, there are people who really put their hope and faith that a certain team's going to pick them up. You can't control your team. You can't control who's going to pick you up. But you can control, and you can put your hope and faith that your skill level will get better, right? So if you're a basketball player, I wouldn't have hope and faith that I'm going to get picked up by the Lakers. I'll have hope and faith that I can become a better basketball player, right? If you're an influencer, you can't control if I'm going to hit that button or not. You can't control if I'm going to follow you or not. But what you can control and what you can put your hope and faith in is to the number of people that you reach, right? You can control that. I can reach out to more people than I did last week, last month, last year, right? You can't control whether a certain woman or certain man is going to like you. You can't control that. As much as you think you may want to think you can, you can't. But what you can control is how likable you are, right? You can become more likable. You can make your appearance better. You can make your personality more attractive. You could be more friendly. You could be more warm. You could be more inviting. You can be more social. You can break out of your shell a little bit. And if you're a business owner, instead of focusing on the number of units you're going to sell, or which business tycoon is going to purchase your business, you can really just you can really put your hope and faith into the quality of the product and the number of people reached. If you can control how good that product is, and you can control how the number of people reach, but you can't control if Shark Tank gonna pick that product up or not. I don't care how good the product is, you can't control that, right? So this is why it's important to put your hope and faith in things that you can control instead of things that you can't control, because it's gonna do these two things. The first thing it's gonna do is it's gonna make you stop looking at views, follows, sales, etc. It's going to have you stop looking at all that as proof of your talent, skill, or product and the quality of it, right? So basically, in a more simple sense, it's going to make you stop looking at views, follows, and sales for validation that you actually have a good product or a good talent. It's going to stop using views, follows, sales. It's going to stop using all those things you can't control as validation of the quality of your talent, skill, or product. And a perfect example of this is like Walmart. Walmart gets hella sales. You know what I'm saying? The people who own Walmart been in the top 10 richest people in the world since the 90s. Them people been rich, and they're gonna continue to be rich. They get sales. Walmart gets lots of sales. Are the sales that Walmart have proof that the quality of their products is better than the quality of anybody else's products that aren't doing those sales? Hell no, because Walmart has horrible quality products. Horrible quality products. And this ain't no shame on Walmart, it's just the truth. You know, if you get something from Walmart versus you get something from where the heck it really comes from, what the difference in the quality is. So, sales, views, follows, none of that is validation of quality. None of that is validation as quality. So, when you stop putting your hope that you're going to have these sales and all this, you start putting your hope into the talent, the skill, the number of people being reached, how likable you are, the quality of your product, the number of people reached. And those, when you put your focus there, and your hope and your faith there, that's something you can control. So when you see the quality of the product being worse, when you see yourself not being that likable, when you see you not reaching that many people, when you see your talent and your skill not doing that well, what you will naturally do, since you have hope in these things and faith in these things, is you'll bring them up. If I have hope that I'm going to be able to become a better three-point shooter, and I notice my threes is off, I'm going to get in the gym and get my threes up, because I have hope and I have faith and I believe that I can get my threes down. Right? And as a byproduct, that's when you get the sales, the views, the follows, and all that. But you can't focus on the byproduct. You got to focus on what gets that in the first place. All right? And you got to put your hope and faith in that too. You don't want to put your hope and faith in something that you can't control, because that way, when you don't see those, when you have your faith and your hope in that you can sell 1 million records, when you don't sell 1 million records, you're going to feel like you failed yourself. Like, damn, maybe I didn't, maybe this ain't a good project. Or if you think that you can sell 1 million units with your business idea, and it doesn't, you're going to feel like you failed. But if you let's say you wanted to sell 1 million units, but you only sold 500,000, but the quality of your product and the number of people reached was up. You got better quality product and you reach more people, but you still only sold 500,000. You'll feel like you failed. But if you sell 200,000, right? 200,000, and the quality of your product got better and the number of people that you reach got better, and you was focusing on those things, and you put hope and faith in that the quality of your product can get better and the number of people reached, that 200,000 is going to feel like more of a win than that 500,000, because you didn't put a goal on the numbers that you'll sell. You put a goal on the actual quality of the product and the number of people you can reach. So if you see that increase, you'll feel like this is a win. Even though I only got 200,000 units sold right now, this is a win, because last year, 2-3 years ago, we didn't have this product. We didn't have these numbers. We weren't reaching these people. All right? So the first thing you'll do is just stop using exterior things that you can't control to validate the quality of your stuff. All right? The second thing it's going to do is this going to prevent you from narrowing your success. How is this? I can give you a perfect example to explain it. Let's say you're a basketball player and you're playing for basketball at a high school level, and you're about to go get picked up by a college team, and you're a good player, and you know which teams is into you, and you know which team you want to play for, right? Let's say you want to go to Kentucky. You want to hoop for University of Kentucky, UK. The blue, baby. Let's go hoop for the blue. All my favorite players went there. I like the coach. I like the team. I like what they got going on. I know some other players that's going to go there. I'm trying to go to UK. All right, and this month you got scouts coming all month. But you know that last week of the month, UK is coming. So you're like, all right, when UK come, I'm going to show out. You know, there's other games, I'm going to do my thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm still pop off. I'm still do my thing. I'm still a dog. But when UK come, I'm going to show out. And that fourth week come, that last week of the month come, UK come, and you show out. Let's say you ball out, right? Now, on one hand, they could be like, yo, you balled out, you did your thing, and they could pick you up, right? But on the other hand, they could be like, yo, you balled out, you did your thing, we really liked you, but not gonna lie, we kind of already got our roster full. We've been looking at these cats, and these cats are doing some amazing things too. So we think we're gonna roll with them, but you know, you just keep working, because you definitely are talented, right? Now, I'm not saying you're gonna not get picked up at all, but let's say you say, okay, I'm gonna go hoop for one of these other teams, right? Now, what you did was you narrowed your options, because Now these other teams may not be looking at you all like as much as they should have been because you weren't giving them your best, because you were hoping that when Kentucky came, you was gonna give Kentucky your best and get picked up by Kentucky. But what happened is Kentucky didn't pick you up. So you skipped 3 weeks of giving your best and you just did your, you just did your thing. And now now it's up to one of these teams to pick you up. So when they pick you up, they might be like, all right, we'll pick you up, but they don't want to start you right away because they don't know if you have that super exceptional talent that you have. You just didn't display it because you were narrowing your success. You were trying to get it to go exactly to Kentucky. Look, you may not get picked up by Kentucky. You may get picked up by Cincinnati. You may get picked up by Baltimore. I don't know who's gonna pick you up. You may get picked up by somewhere California, somewhere in Nebraska. You don't know where you're gonna get picked up, but you want to always do your best. You don't ever want to narrow. You don't want to just give. Like if I'm a rapper, man, I know this A&R for Columbia Records is gonna be at this show, and I'm gonna show out today. But then next week, I'm gonna, I'm gonna do my thing, but I ain't gonna show out like I showed out at Columbia. I was wild and took my shirt off, had the crowd going, all that. But you don't do that when you got your other shows, and there's A&R for Universal in that show, and he was ready to pick you up. Maybe he don't think about it now because you ain't showing that energy that you were showing them other A&Rs. You see, when you focus on the actual talent, skill, product, and all, when you focus on those things and when you put your hope and faith in those things, you perform your best every time. You're not just waiting for that certain outside thing that you want to pick you up to perform, right? You're performing it every time. If my goal is to be a better rapper and let my talent and rapping skill get better, I'm gonna go just as hard on a freestyle with these people who got like 300 subscribers on their YouTube. I'm gonna go just as hard on a freestyle for them as I'm gonna go on Funk Flex, because my focus, my hope, and my faith is on my skill getting better, my talent getting better, not on how many people are gonna see me, and not on how many people are gonna like me. So there you go, man. Make sure you're putting your hope and your faith in things that you can actually control and not things that you can't control, because you don't want to trick yourself into making yourself feel like these outside things that I can't control is what's validating my product and validating my skill and validating my talent, rather than you validating your own work by working on it and getting better and making it likable to you. All right, y'all stay up, man. Keep doing your thing. I'm out.